Hi everyone and a warm welcome to our TSAT live session. I'm very happy to have such a distinguished audience. Let me introduce myself. I'm M. Kaveri Sphero studying 8th class from TSWREIS Zechella. Friends, today I'm going to teach you on a brilliant subject. It is physical science. But before going to start our topic, let me share you a situation which is really happening in Bhopal state of our India. Friends, look at the slide. In Bhopal state, the people are trying to take divorces for two frogs because of over rainfall. But before 2 months, they only had married them for rainfall, for rain. So friends, here these situations will be observed in many of our villages, including my village too. This village people do this all will village people superstition. But if we keep them aside and just think that why our climate changes like this, whether it may be high rainfall like floods or low rainfall like droughts, or it may be earthquakes or natural disasters, cyclones, etc. Friends, if we think deeply, this is all about burning of fossil fuels. Why means burning fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide like carbon monoxide into the air, which leads to global warming, and at the same time climate changes. Friends, as a good citizen of India, if we think deeply that this is all about burning of fuels, so if we want to stop them, we should have to use another alternative future energy resources. Friends, for that today we are going to discuss about future fuels. Let's enter our topic, that guess future fuels in the world describe. Friends, today we are going to learn a lot of new things. They are what are fuels and what are sources of energy and how we are misusing them and what are future fuels. Friends, first let me say you that what is mean by fuel. So friends, fuel means nothing but the substances that can be burned to produce heat, and at the same time energy is known as fuels. For example, friends, if we wake up in the morning and if you want to cook your food, we need fuels. And also if you want to run a thermal power plant, we should have to depend on fuels. And also if you want to travel from one place to another place, we need fuels for vehicles to travel. Friends, for different sources we are using these fuels. So these fuels are divided into two categories. They are non-renewable sources of energy and renewable sources of energy. Friends, first let us discuss about what are non-renewable sources of energy. Friends, not renewable source of energy means they cannot be replaced if once they can be exhausted. Means that the energy comes from sources that have a limited supply. For example, coal, petrol, diesel and natural gas. Friends, let us see that how these fossil fuels will form. So friends, when organisms die, like plants, animals and other organisms die, they got very deep into the soil. And also friends, due to some natural disasters like cyclones, earthquakes, during this time more cores of soil will deposited over them. Means that during this time more soil, mud and at the same time rock sediments deposited over them. Friends, just think that if you go under the soil, then how will it be possible to take oxygen? Same like this, for these dead remains, it is not possible to take oxygen. So lack of oxygen, heat and also at the same time high pressure, and also by the action of bacteria they become into organic matter. But friends, it is very easy for sun to go deep into the soil. So when the sun rays fall on the earth, this organic matter will trap the solar energy and by the process for natural means, and they will convert it into fossil fuels. Friends, let's do a brain activity. It is just think and discuss that is the firewood obtained by cutting down of trees as a renewable source of energy or non-renewable source of energy. Friends, if we think deeply, we can say that exactly it is a renewable source of energy, because friends, we just learned that non-renewable source of energy means it cannot be reproduced by any artificial method. But why cannot we reproduce a wood by planting more another new trees? So we can say that it is a renewable source of energy. Friends, What the point I want to make is renewable source of energy means it can reproduced by any artificial method, and also friends it is not limited. For example, renewable sources of energy. So they are inexhaustible and they will never run out. For example, sunlight, water and air. Friends, let us discuss about the examples of renewable sources of energy. They are solar energy, wind energy, biogas, geothermal energy, tidal energy, ocean thermal energy and hydrogen fuel. Friends, let us discuss first about solar energy. Friends, sun is the main source of energy for all the living organisms on this earth. Friends, not only for organisms but also forming into fossil fuels, we need solar energy. Friends, do you know that the sun has been radiating a large amount of solar energy since 5 billion years and will continue to radiate more than 5 billion years. Means that, do you know, this solar energy which we can obtain in 1 hour can be used as a fuel for all over the year, and also not only a state or a country, it can be used as all over the world. So think that how big the solar energy is. And friends, do you know that the International Energy Agency has estimated that this solar energy will be in future will be only produce 0.001% of that energy, but by 2050 we can use this solar energy by half of the world usage. Friends, do you know that how we can obtain this solar energy? Yes, we can obtain this solar energy by solar panels. These solar panels will collect the solar energy and convert into electrical energy. Friends, let us discuss about that how we will obtain this solar energy. Friends, we can obtain this solar energy by solar cooker, solar water heater, solar cells, solar street lights, solar lamps, etc. These devices are developed by our brain scientists. Friends, let us discuss about the second future fuel, it is wind energy. Friends, we all know that we have already learned moving air is called wind. Friends, do you know that this wind has kinetic energy? Friends, are you thinking that what is meant by kinetic energy, right? I will tell you that kinetic energy means the energy which is produced by moving an object, means motion of its object is known as wind energy. Friends, do you know that how we obtain this wind energy? Yeah, it with object by windmills. A windmill consists of a big fan like blades which are fixed to topmost section of a pole, so then it is very easy to rotate when wind blows, and an instrument called dynamo is attached to the shaft of the blades. So friends, when the energy released by rotating windmills will be, the mechanical energy will be converted into electrical energy. Friends, do you know that before 2 decades this wind energy has produced 25% of every year, but in future we will only generate 20% of this energy, but this energy will be used as quarters of the world's usage. Friends, let us learn the advantages and disadvantages of wind energy. Friends, do you know what are the advantages? Yes, the advantages are clean fuel source, and it is sustainable, and it will create jobs to more people, and it will economic value. And friends, coming to the point of disadvantages, it creates noise pollution, installation is expensive, wind turbines pose a threat to wildlife. Friends, let us learn about the biogas. Friends, here bio means life, means the objects which have life, means like plants and animals. Friends, this biogas will be obtained from sewage, crop residues, vegetable waste, etc. Friends, this biogas contains 65% of methane and widely used as fuel for cooking purpose. Friends, if we take a daily example in our daily life, in our many of our social welfare institutions have this biogas plant, including TSWREIS Jedchela. In my school there is a biogas plant. We prepare biogas by the remaining of our breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, and also the vegetable peels, eggshells, and also vegetable waste. Friends, this Biogas, after completion of this whole biogas, there is remaining part called slurry. So this as a byproduct left in the biogas plant. This is also not a waste material. It can be used as a fuel for many agricultural purposes, like as a manure for agricultural places, like because it is very rich in nitrogen and at the same time phosphorus. Friends, it is something best out, something which is waste out of best, right? And friends, let us learn about the examples of biogas. Friends, it will be helpful in our daily life, like cooking purpose and also at the same time manure, etc. Friends, let us learn the energy from the sea. Friends, energy from the sea can be obtained in two forms. They are tidal energy and the second one is ocean thermal energy. Friends, let us discuss first about tidal energy. Friends, tidal energy means when there is a heavy tide in the oceans, these tides of the water can be sent into a reservoir of the barrage and turns them into turbines to produce electricity to our homes for heating purpose and at the same time electrical purpose. Friends, let us discuss about ocean thermal energy. Friends, the heat from the sun is absorbed by the surface of the ocean, but at deeper levels it is very less in temperature. Means that here there is a temperature difference between surface of the ocean and at the same time deep at the ocean. So here there is a temperature difference between ocean of the surface and at the deeper levels. So friends, this difference between surface of the ocean and at deeper levels is known as ocean thermal energy. We can obtain this ocean thermal energy by converting ocean thermal power plants. Friends, let us discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of this ocean thermal energy. Friends, do you know what are the advantages? Yes, they are. It is continuous and it is renewable and it is very pollution free and it is very eco friendly. Friends, let us discuss the disadvantages. They are expensive and damage to marine ecosystem and small temperature difference. Friends, let us discuss about the geothermal energy. Friends, here geo means earth. So the energy which is obtained by earth crust. For example, friends, the water seeping down deep into the earth can be made turns into turbines to produce electricity to power our homes, etc. And friends, we all think that the sun will be, the earth will be heat because of solar energy, but it is wrong. The sun will be heat by the small particles which are present in the earth. They are slow delay particles. They heat up the earth very fastly. Friends, there are also some more objects in the earth. They are big rocks and also underground water. These big hard rocks will be heated this underground water and then converted into steams to generate electricity. Friends, there are some examples of geothermal energy. They are for to watching TV, we need this geothermal energy, and also while using smartphones, computers, laptop, etc. Friends, let us discuss about fuel cells. Friends, do you know what is mean by fuel cell? Yes, a fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that converts the chemical energy into electrical energy. Friends, let us discuss the example of this fuel cell. Friends, the example of hydrogen fuel cell is hydrogen fuel. So friends, in this hydrogen fuel cell, there is a presentation of fuel cell. So this fuel cell will be converted the electrical and chemical energy of an hydrogen into electrical energy of an oxygen into through a pair of redox reactions. Friends, for example, hydrogen fuel is a zero emission fuel. It can be burned to produce heat and at the same time energy, and the energy which is released by this hydrogen fuel can be enabled to act as a hydrogen fuel. And also in an electrochemical cell, this energy can be used with relatively high efficiency. Friends, let us discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of this hydrogen fuel cell. The advantages are: it is readily available, does not produce harmful emissions, and it is sustainable and provide economic benefits. And disadvantages are: difficult to store, highly flammable, not easy to replace, and it is expensive. Friends, let us learn that how we are misusing fuels. Friends, before that, let's do an activity. So for doing this activity, we need a brain and means a heart. So don't think that you should have to cut your brain and heart out. This is all about for your concentration. And coming to the point of procedure, first we should have to take the materials together. Means that take your heart and brain at a place and just think that how we are misusing fuels. For example, friends, in urban areas, the people are drying their clothes in washing machines which runs up with electricity and also which leads to consumption of more fuel. And also friends, if we take an example in rural areas, the people are not able to know about the misusing of fuels, like they are for smaller distance they are using bikes and also motor vehicles, etc. Not only in these aspects, there are so many aspects that while we are misusing fuels, like while cooking, in transport and also in industries. Friends, let us discuss about while cooking. Friends, while cooking we are not offing the stoves when we are removing the water from the rice. And also friends, in transport system, the people are able to off the vehicles when it signals red light, but they are not offing the engines, then it will leads to consumption of more fuel. And industries, friends, the people are not able to just recognize whether their lubricants are working properly or not. Friends, let us discuss about. Friends, if this misuse is like this, then what about the future generations and how will be our nature will be gone in upcoming generation. So such a person who had think about the nature, he has discovered a new fuel technology of water. So he is none other than Sundar Ramaya. He is from Guntur district, Andhra Pradesh state. So his diligence and hard work lastly finally discovered a water fuel technology. And friends, he done a lot of hard work and researches and experiments on how to reduce pollution. Let's know about it. Friends, this water fuel technology was first invented by Stanley Allen Meyer, who is an American scientist. Friends, let us discuss that water fuel technology. Friends, can we run cars on water? Yes, the key is to take the electrical energy from car's electrical system and then it take the electrical system from the car's electrical system and divides into oxygen and hydrogen to run the water fuel cars. Friends, if we think about the water fuel technology, is how beautiful it is, like the hydrogen fuels will split in water, the hydrogen fuel cells, water fuel cells would split into oxygen and at the same time hydrogen. For example, friends, they split into hydrogen and oxygen and combusted back into the water vapor. For example, if we pour some petrol in a bike, then it will come back again as a smoke. But if we pour this water fuel, then it will combusted back into water vapor. Just think that how beautiful our nature will be going in future. Say thanks to him. And friends, let us discuss about algae fuel. Friends, you may have a doubt that can we obtain fuel from algae? Yes. So algae is a substance, living organisms that did not have the roots, stems or non-flowering plant and also cells, structures, etc. But friends, it can make its own food by the process of photosynthesis. Friends, we can in this algae there is a presence of microalgae. This will connect the sunlight into electrical energy. Friends, this will in the form of natural gas. Friends, let us discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this fuel. Friends, advantages are produces hydrocarbons, grows faster in all types of water and it is renewable. And next discuss about disadvantages. Friends, it is monoculture, quality variation and sustainability problems. Friends, now let us discuss about space-based solar energy. Friends, are you thinking that what is this fuel, right? So friends, not only in our earth we can obtain this energy from outer surface of the earth also. For example, friends, collecting the solar energy from outer surface and distributing it to the earth with minimal diffusal of energy. For example, friends, do you know that solar energy, same like this only, the solar energy will be obtained from outside of the earth. So for this we need solar gain farms which are in space. This will collect the higher intensity and uninterrupted solar radiations. And friends, do you know these solar radiations will be reflected back into the small mirrors, and then they will be transported into the collectors and transmitted to the earth in the form of microwaves or laser beams. Friends, let us discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of this fuel. The advantages are available 24 hours a day, does not emit greenhouse gases, to develop the low cost space and transport system, and also in industrial system. Friends, and the disadvantages are it is highly development cost. Only one disadvantage is there. Friends, let us recap that what we have learned now. Friends, today we will learn about the future fuels, present fuels and their examples, benefits and losses. So once again I will repeat that fuel means nothing but the substances that can be burnt to produce heat and energy. And the types of, there are two categories, they are renewable sources of energy and the next one is renewable source of energy. Non-renewable source of energy means they cannot be regenerated if once they had exhausted. And renewable sources of energy means they cannot be regenerated by any artificial method. For that there are a lot of examples, and friends, let us discuss their benefits and disadvantages. So their all advantages are not to pollute our earth. So friends, and disadvantages are high cost and high development cost. Friends, let us say you that steps to conserve our nature, like we should not have to use plastic bags or plant more trees and use our future fuels because to give it to our next generation. And also friends, don't use your vehicles, like if your harmful effects are also there while using these fossil fuels, like handling petroleum products such as coal, refined fuel spills into the sea, and then it will leads to damage to natural ecosystem. And friends, do you know that this will be very harmful to the society? And friends, let me say you the conclusion. Friends, we should have to use these future fuels and present fuels in a limited way because they should be for our future generations too. And friends, do you know that if we do like this, then our future generations will be in a harmful effects. So save nature and save futures. Think about like Sundar Ramaya, and you should have to create so many future fuels in the future. And friends, do you know that if you use them in this way, and it is also benefit our future, like no one will blame you for global warming except your children. And friends, lastly, I want to thank you to TSAT live session and Telangana state government and my principal madam and my mentor teacher for giving me this golden opportunity.